Good night, or hello, good evening. That's what I should say. Good evening, church family. My dog decided to come up right when it was 7 o'clock, so Wesley wanted to say hi as well. Yes, hi, Wesley. Tonight, I wanted to focus on God's love, and I have two books. The first one is written by one of my heroes, Desmond Tutu, Archbishop Desmond Tutu. I wanted to show you his picture if you are not familiar with him, children. He lives in South Africa, and he had won a Nobel Peace Prize for his work for justice and for equality of all people, regardless of their skin color, and for peace. And I just thought this was an appropriate week to read this. Hi, Donna, Bob, and Ann. So this is called Let There Be Light. And again, this is by Archbishop Desmond Tutu. I would encourage you to learn as much as you can about him. He's a wonderful, wonderful human being. And I'll read this intro that he has. You are part of something truly, truly amazing. Long, long ago, the world was a dark and dreary place. But then God said 4 miraculous words. Let there be light. This book is about what happened then. As you'll see, God got very busy creating wondrous things. And eventually God said, let there be you. God wanted you to shine your own special light in this world. Your light of love. Because without you in the world, this world would not quite be as bright and beautiful. And truly, for each of us, that's our message to remember. So tonight, let us truly bask in the love of God and God's creation. Let there be light. Hi, Mom. In the very beginning, God's love bubbled up when there was nothing else. No trees, no birds, no animals, no sky, no sea. Only darkness. Out of this love, God spoke, let there be light. And there was day, and there was night. And when the first day was done, God smiled, and God knew that it was good. On the second day, God said, let there be sky, where the clouds can float and the wind can blow. And the sky was bright blue and beautiful. I would say Carolina blue, but that's just my bias. On the third day, God said, let the waters gather together into oceans, and let the dry land appear. Isn't that a beautiful illustration of that? Look, those look like our mountains right there. Hi, Chris. Good to see you there. Now, God decided to make the world even more dazzling with tall trees and long grass. And then the first flower opened in all its glory. Can you imagine the very first flower that ever sprung up on this earth? Wonder what it was. Wonder what your favorite flower is. Hi, Thelma. On the fourth day, God said, let the sky be filled with the sun and the moon. You know, I don't know about you, but when I go out and look at the sky at night, it gives me perspective. It's God has us in the palm of his hand. And God scatters stars across the sky like sparkling diamonds. On the fifth day, God said, "Let there be birds to fly and sing, and fish to swim and splash." And the world was filled with the joyous song of birds. Birds have brought me a lot of joy in these days. I just heard two little birds out there just going back and forth this morning. It just made me laugh. I just love paying attention to these small parts of creation that maybe we haven't had time to really pay as much attention to. And on the sixth day, God said, "Let there be animals, elephants, and giraffes." I love these creatures. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's beautiful. Hi, Sue. Look at this, cats and mice. Big cat, isn't it? And bees and bugs. And suddenly the world was a very noisy place, but something was still missing. And then God said, "I will make people, and I'll make them like me so they can enjoy the earth and take care of it." He did just as he had said, and it was all so very, very good. God looked at everything that he had made and clapped his hands together in delight. Isn't it wonderful? And on the seventh day, God laughed and rested and enjoyed his glorious creation. I love that part of the story. The reminder that God laughs. God laughs when we laugh and cries when we cry. And it makes me think about Archbishop Tutu's laugh. If you've heard him, it's so infectious. What a beautiful story. Let there be light. A reminder that creation is good and we are to care for it. And our second book is by Dante Mackel, and this one is called God Loves Me More Than That. Again, we're focusing on God's love tonight. Such a simple concept. We do not remember just how deeply, deeply we are loved. So this one starts with Ephesians chapter 3, verse 17 through 19. "And I pray that you, being rooted and established in love, may have power, together with all the saints, to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ, and to know that this love surpasses knowledge. Know this love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all the goodness of God." All the fullness of God. How beautiful is that? Ephesians 3, verse 17 through 19. Being rooted and established in love, so that we may be filled with the fullness of God. Hi, Karen. Hi, Melissa. How much love does God have for me? More than the letters between A to Z. More than the bumbles in a bumblebee? God loves me more than that. Tell me, please, is the Lord's love high? Higher than the moon in a starless sky? Higher than a space shuttle flying by? God loves me higher than that. Just how deep is God's love for me? Deeper than a treasure chest beneath the sea. deeper than a wishing well could ever be. God loves me deeper than that. Tell me, please, is the Lord's love wide? Wider than a semi-truck from side to side? Now, that's a scene I've never seen before. Giraffes in a truck. That would be something that would almost make me wreck if I saw that. Pretty cute. Wider than the prairies where the cowboys ride? God loves me wider than that. Wow, doesn't that look fun? To be riding on a horse out on the prairie. Ooh! Oh, my dinner's ready. Okay. Just how much does the Lord's love weigh? More than elephants munching hay. And elephants weigh tons. Hi, Bev. More than hippos on a rainy day? God's love is bigger than that. That's something that would make you laugh. Hi, Nancy and Anna Claire. Tell me, please, is the Lord's love loud? Louder than the cheering of a football crowd. Louder than a thunder rumbling, storm-charged cloud. God loves me louder than that. Is God's love soft? Won't you tell me, please? Softer than the sigh of a summer breeze. Ah, doesn't that look fun to just lay in the grass and imagine butterflies flying around? That's a beautiful scene. Lord, it's great to be loved by you. I hope you know that I love you too. Nice to know that my whole life through, God loves me more than that. The end. So little kids and big kids, we all need to remember how deep and how wide God's love is for us, and that nothing can ever separate us from that love, ever. Romans 8, verse 34, 35, I believe. So friends, we are connected through the love of God, and I pray that you feel that deep, deep love tonight when you lay your head on that pillow. So peace be with you all, and I love you. Good night.